Hello everyone, I'm Lucia Hernandez and this is my exam for the course Resources and ICT. I hope you enjoy it.
For the first question, choose 3 elements of the teaching competence for a digital world and explain why they are essential, how will you develop them, and how will you include them in your PLE. Firstly, I have chosen emerging pedagogical practices, which is the ability of teachers to use the ICTs to potentiate traditional educational models, the need of teachers being well aware of the importance of implementing technology in their methodologies, and the fact that nowadays every methodology will go by hand of the ICTs. I reckon that this element is essential because it is the one that allows the evolution of education, since technology has the power of taking everything further. With this element, teachers have endless options to impart their classes, applying their technological pedagogical knowledge to make it the best way they consider for the class characteristics. In this way, not only do teachers make use of new methodologies, but they also can innovate and create their own ones. In order to develop this element in my day-to-day as a teacher, I will resort to using robots in the classroom. For example, to talk about emotional intelligence, I will make use of Codiroki, since the robots can show faces in the letter screen, so my students will have to identify the different emotions. This would affect the social design because students will be set in groups to share the robots. Also, I would apply the methodology of flipped classroom, in which videos are a crucial component. To teach, for example, prehistory, students will have to make groups and record videos as a representation of how life was then. To continue learning about this element, I would include in my PLE blogs or journals written by teachers as a reading tool to inform myself about the latest trends in education, and I will create a YouTube channel as a sharing tool so that everyone can see how I design my classes, the educational practices I apply, and talk about my experience implementing technology in education. Secondly, I have chosen the use of ICTs in relation with families and learners' surroundings. This is the communication through technology with the environment of the student, and I think it is a crucial element because family, school, and community are the basic social spheres of influence on young people, and the interactions between these spheres should be coordinated and complementing for student education. To develop this element, I will use video conferences through Zoom app with the parents instead of meetings because it will be much easier to agree about the date and hour. If both parents work, the video call can be done in the evening, for example. This makes it easier to keep in touch with the parents because it is something immediate and they are aware of the children's education. This affects the physical design because it is no longer meeting in person but through a conference. Secondly, I will send every week a poll to the parents where they have to answer some questions about how they have seen their children during the week. For example, if they have been animated, sad, lazy, procrastinating, or working really hard. In this way, the teacher is able to know the reality of the students at home. Here, the physical design is again affected, because these polls will usually be done in a meeting at the end of the year, for example. Also, this allows the teacher to have a follow-up of the students' behavior. To keep going with the learning of this element, I would add to my PLE the LMS as a reading, reflection, and sharing tool, because there I can read the messages that the parents send, elaborate a solution if there is any problem, and later send messages or the polls to the parents. Also, as I said before, the Zoom app as a tool for the conferences, which will act as a reflection tool where all the information about the students of the parents and the teacher is gathered and conclusions are reached. Thirdly, I have chosen enriched learning environment, which is the ability of teachers of learning not only from the scientific sources, but also from the observation of the actions that other teachers perform. I think this is essential because mastering matter is not enough for being an effective teacher, since you learn from experience and practice. Due to that fact, it is crucial that teachers create their own personal learning environment, because only in this way they will manage to teach the content in a way that makes sure that children learn. To develop this element as a teacher, I would implement in my classroom a system where students will have to specialize in a part of the content and explain it to the rest of the class, as if they were teachers. This allows me to learn from the options they give me. This affects the social design because the students are not the teachers. Also, if I am teaching the animal kingdom, I could resort to a professional of the matter, zoologist for example, to come and give a talk about mammals, and he could even bring some visual material so that it is entertaining. This affects the epistemic design since the content is different and new, and the social design because I will be a learner. To continue learning about this element, I would opt for including in my PLE forums where teachers talk about their experiences as a reading and sharing tool, because there I can also share my own methods so that others learn. I will also resort to attending classes of other teachers so that I can see how they impart the matter and learn from them. In question 2, talk about the concepts that you consider the most important and a conceptualization of each one. Firstly, I have chosen technological pedagogical content knowledge. TPAC is a framework used to explain the integration of technology in education, in which there are 3 main components of teachers' knowledge: content, pedagogy, and technology. With these three elements and combined with knowledge, some interactions have been created: technological content knowledge, pedagogical content knowledge, and technological pedagogical knowledge. Pedagogical content knowledge links together technology and content to bring about learning that is built upon a strong subject knowledge and teaching and learning strategies. Technological content knowledge links together technological and content knowledge to bring about learning that is built upon a strong knowledge and mastery of more than the subject they teach. Technological pedagogical knowledge is an understanding of how teaching and learning can change when particular technologies are used in particular ways, knowing a range of tools and their appropriateness within different strategies. For example, if I want to teach the students about different environments, applying TPACK framework will make them learn more efficiently. Pedagogical content knowledge, I can think up the best strategies to teach according to my class characteristics. If I know that they get distracted visually, I will make use of visual presentation to draw their attention. Technological content knowledge makes me aware of the different tools that I can use to explain the content. For example, creating a visual presentation impressive for the explanation. With technological pedagogical knowledge, I can implement a new way of the students working on the content I explained, using augmented reality so that they can see 3D the different environments we have been working on. Secondly, I have opted for personal learning environment, which is the combination of tools, information sources, connection, and activities that each person uses as an assiduous way in order to learn. It is formed by the processes, experiences, and strategies that the learner must use to learn, and nowadays it has been seen potentiated by the ICTs. The PLE is formed by reading tools and strategies, sources that provide with the information needed, reflections tool and strategies, sites or services where the information can be transformed and developed on one's own work. And sharing tools and strategies, sites where people relate to others in order to share their work and learn from the others. The different tools or strategies can't be considered just for one category, since it depends on the use we give to them. For example, when I have to do a school project, I manage to do it thanks to the efficiency of my PLE. If I had to do it about photosynthesis, I will start with my reading tools, getting myself informed about what is it when it happens. Then, to develop this information and do my project, I will use my reflection tools, such as PowerPoint to do a visual presentation or Microsoft Word to put all the information together and organize it. Finally, I will resort to my sharing tools so that my work gets to its destinatary, in this case my teacher, so I will send it through the LMS, Gmail, or any other social network. Thirdly, I have chosen augmented reality, which is a new technology which is the result of using technology to superimpose information. It adds to the reality you would ordinarily see rather than replacing it. Phones and tablets are the way augmented reality gets into most people's lives. There are some apps, for instance, that allow a user to point the camera in their tablet or phone at the sky and see the names of the stars and planets superimposed on the image. Another app uses a smartphone's GPS and its camera to collect information about the user's surroundings. It then displays information about nearby restaurants, stores, and points of interest. In education, augmented reality can be really useful, since it allows the teacher to impart the classes in a way that students always pay attention, applying TPACK framework. For example, as a teacher, in order to explain the solar system, instead of just saying the names of the planets, I will resort to augmented reality, where students can see with their own eyes the disposition of each, and even watching the movements of translation around the sun. At last, I have chosen stop motion, which is the process of making inanimate objects come to life by moving a static model or item in small increments, one frame or still photograph at a time. The speed and fluidity of a stop motion animation depends on how many frames you take and how small of movements you track in each frame. Light and easy to watch, viewers would be hard-pressed to skip something so simple yet instantly captivating, making this an effective tool for engaging students to pay attention during the display of it. Stop motion is a way of explaining processes in an easygoing way that allows the viewer to appreciate every step. Because of this, I reckon that a way of applying this to education is using a stop motion to explain, for example, the water's change of state. In this way, after explanation, the students could see the changes in a short period of time. Firstly, melting ice, then the evaporation when water starts to be hot, condensation in a glass near the hot water, and finally freezing it. The teacher will create the stop motion at home, so he can show it to the students in class. Between an 8.5 and 9 because I have worked really hard in making this video and making sure that I understood every concept and relating them as good as I could. The most important role that I have performed, I think that it has been
facilitator because it is the one that allows you to be like in charge of your team, and I think that's the most similar one to being a teacher. I think that the most challenging role that I have performed during this course has been a STAR because I'm not used to speaking in public, and because it meant mastering matter, and sometimes I felt I didn't fully understand the things that I had to talk about. I would like to implement in my PLE elements like the infographic because I see it as a very useful reflection tool to organize like the information. Also the augmented reality because I see it something very useful when it comes to learning about something I wouldn't have access to in real life. And of course the debug because I see it as one of the most important things nowadays to be an effective teacher. The introduction of technology in the classroom makes teaching and learning much more easy because it provides with endless sources of information, it brings about new methodologies, and also it develops the abilities of the students in the right way and in order to face the future.